Do you have more than 3 kids? Do you always have to get 2 hotel rooms or a family suite when you go on vacation? When you add the cost of eating out and hotels to whatever attraction tickets you buy, you're probably spending as much as you would for a 7-day cruise. If you haven't given it a thought before, even if you're not making a lot of money, I think a cruise might be a good option for you. So let's take a look at the cost, how to get the most out of it, and some of the cool things about the ship. Let's say we're going to go to Six Flags. So we start to add it up. Here's a typical kind of a suites only hotel, and this is about what you'd see, $197 a day for a family of 7. That's 2 adults, 5 kids, right? Season pass, that's probably the most economical way to do it. $67 for that. Okay? Lodging per day, it's going to end up being about $200 a day, total lodging $1,300. Now let's look at the food. Now, you know, the very best day you're going to have, you get a free breakfast at the hotel, and then you get $50 for lunch and $80 for dinner. That's the very best day. So you got about $910 for food. The tickets, what did I say? That's $67 times 7 people who are going. That's $468. Grand total, $2,791. Now let's take a look at that cruise. We're assuming you're going to be as smart as you can and book everything as far out as you can. So, you know, here's a $1,600 cruise that's discounted 75%, so it's only $419. This is going out of New Orleans to Cozumel, Belize, Mahogany Bay, wherever that is. You could do a similar trip out of a lot of different ports, Long Beach, Miami. I mean, look at all the different ports you've got. Look at some of the prices, some of the discounts. If you go out far enough, you can really do it well. So we add the costs of the Carnival cruise. The lodging is $419 times 7. 7 people, $419 for the ticket. Well, the food is included. That $419 entitles you to all you can eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, desserts anytime you want. So it's just a different experience. There are no tickets in addition. You've got your ticket right there. The parking is $19 a day, $133. There's $12.95 for gratuities per person. That surprises some people. So per person per day, that's a total of $90.75 times 7 days. Grand total, that's $3,700. So we're looking at a cruise that's only about $1,000 more than a trip to Six Flags. Now, I don't know about you, but I've done this trip to Six Flags or Disneyland, etc., etc. I've done that a half a dozen times. When I saw that we could get within a stone's throw of the price of basically the same park we've been to 100 times, it seemed like a no-brainer. Let's try a cruise. No matter how good you think you are at motion sickness, I would recommend meclizine. Take the meclizine about an hour before you need it, which would have been about 2 hours ago for me, so a little too late. Well, one thing about the shore excursions, you can go online, and for example, we did what was the most popular of the Puerto Vallarta shore excursions, which is the Extreme Canopy, also known as the Outdoor Adventure from Vallarta Adventures. We ended up paying $85 per person after the 15% online discount instead of $140 per person that you would pay here at this desk. If you've got little binoculars like this, bring them everywhere. Everywhere. When you're on board, no matter what happens, you're going to want to see it closer. So bring your binoculars and bring them with you everywhere, even to dinner like I'm doing right now at the Gold Pole restaurant. In this next scene, we go to our very first activity where they're trying to teach us how to dance.
Work it out now.
There we go. We older people, we're tuckered out. So it's up to the young kids, and they're having a good time. You're going to get about as much out of a cruise as what you bring to it. So our guys were pretty fun-loving. Everybody was up for going in there and learning how to disco dance. So we had a real good time. Right below us, that's the normal buffet line for breakfast. For those of you watching this YouTube video, obviously you want to be well informed. The difference between being well informed and not being well informed is you end up being served like cattle versus being served, you know, like a guy in a restaurant. So nothing wrong with sitting in a buffet line, but I've resolved that not once during this whole trip am I going to stand in line with a tray in my hand. And the big surprise of the trip for me is that Eggs Benedict is an Egg McMuffin. Now here's the muster drill. This is right around the 4th level of the ship, and it's something everybody has to go through. It doesn't take too long, about 20 minutes maximum. Be prepared for a distinctly older crowd when you go on a cruise. Here's the same scene, but it's sunny out. And of course they got the disco music going. Everybody's in the pool, everybody's in the spa. I see a guy holding a beer in the spa. Every once in a while you can find a place on the boat that actually looks like you're on a cruise. So we've got parts of the boat that actually look like a boat instead of a casino mixed with the set from the movie Alien. This is the mysterious Deck Zero. Apparently it's where the crew sleep, and there actually seems to be pretty heavy-duty nautical maps everywhere. This is fascinating. The boat's turning, and in the dining room it is making every piece of china rattle. I think I found the most noisy part of the ship in high winds. We pause for a second and you can listen. And in these high winds we're getting all these creaks right here at this elevator. I guess if you were the nervous type, this would be pretty disconcerting. But these are pretty loud creaks. This is a 10-story set of steps, and we're at the high seas, and you can certainly hear it and feel it. If you're thinking it's out of your range, okay, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's not that much more expensive. In the grand scheme of things, that $1,000 doesn't come to much if it's a brand new experience. And believe me, a cruise, if you haven't been on one before, is a totally brand new experience.